Hello, we are live, 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 live. How is everybody? Who's here? We got Shatika and Sue and Karen. Howdy, ladies. How you doing?
Howdy.
we're sending love to Brandy. She's still not feeling all that good. So come on, Brandy. Come on, Brandy. You can do it.
I know. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
It's terrible when you don't feel good. It just stinks. I know. I was just telling Brandy that Josh just came home from work and I had made dinner and I yelled at the boys. I'm like, hey, dinner's ready. And he's like, no, I'm all right. I'm good. And I'm like, what? Did you eat already? He's like, no, I just don't feel very good. And I can hear him downstairs. He's like coughing. And I'm like, no, 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 no. No, please, no.
Yeah, I was telling Mindy, I said I didn't sleep very well last night. Wayne made me stay in the bed all day today, which I have. This is the first time I've gotten up, other than to go, to the bathroom. Because I don't know, I'd sleep and then I would start gasping and I couldn't breathe. And so, yeah, it's not been fun.
Yeah. That's why I often like to just be upright, not laying down. I want to be upright when I don't feel good. Hello, Tijuana Mama and Vanessa. How are you?
No.
How are you guys? Alrighty, so we got things to discuss. It's a wrap up time. Wrap it up, right? So I forget where, oh, she was in her life with her husband and daughter when we left, right?
Yep, and that's the one she wanted to stay in.
Yeah, she stayed there a long time. She
She
really,
thought finally she was gonna get to stay. It's like this is my life. This is the one I want. I want this.
yep.
So
Yep.
I didn't go back to work yet. I'm gonna go tomorrow regardless. I've got to.
Yeah, I know it stinks. Anyhow, yeah, she was pretty content where she was. It, you know what? And it's where she realized that it's not all of the things that she could have done. It's not all the different paths her life could have taken. That's not what she was missing out on. What she wanted was just love. Just
Yep.
love. You know?
She's
She
missing out on love.
she wanted people in her life to care about, that cared about her. She just wanted love, you know? And really, what else matters if you have love? I mean, if you have love, 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 you can make it through a whole lot of stuff, right? A whole
Yep,
lot
you
of stuff.
can. As long as you've got that. But I think part of it was also something that maybe made her feel like it might be okay to go back to her root life, I think, was seeing the boy that she had pretty
Given
much
the
essentially
lessons
been
too.
teaching him, had saved
Yeah.
from the streets
Yeah.
being arrested.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it just kind of gave her insight into how things could be different. Like she could have a better relationship with her brother. She did have value and had worth, and she could go back to that life and make changes and improvements going forward. I mean, she learned a whole lot, right?
She did. She did. And the fact that the whole thing, I love the part about there's one book that's not being burned, and it's basically yours to write in. It's blank.
Because
And
it's
she
your
kept trying
future.
to write everything, and finally she wrote, I
Mhm.
am alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just, I don't know,
It
that's
is your
poignant.
future and going forward and what you want to go forward. Instead of looking back all the time at all the things that could have been, might have been, should have been, woulda, that's not what was important. And she learned that. She learned that all those things, all those regrets she had, the different paths she could have taken, there was always something that wasn't going to be perfect about those. There was always
Yeah.
something that wasn't, yeah. So you just
And
have
even the life she's going back to, it's not going to be perfect. And that's what I think
to,
she finally realized, she's going to have downs. She's going to have trouble. She's going to have things. But the main thing is to live life and deal with it and find the love in life, find the happiness in life.
And look who saves her. Look who actually saves her in the end. It's the old man, the old guy
Yep.
neighbor that she thought he didn't care about her anymore. She didn't need to pick up his medicine anymore. She wasn't of any value to him either. And he ends up being the one to help her in the end. Right?
Yeah, and then when she goes back to talk to the mother to say, I know he might not want to still do, and the mother's like, "Oh no, we had to do something," and he was like, "I do have piano, right? I've got, so it wasn't that he didn't want her to
Yeah. He wanted to
teach him
continue.
anymore."
Yeah.
Hmm.
He wanted to continue. So she had a misconception about some things, And I like how when she got back to her root life, she had some experiences in her head. She had some knowledge in her head to help her, like to tell her brother, you need to go ask this dude out. Well, I don't even know
Oh
if
yeah,
he's gay. Oh, he's gay. You need to go ask
oh
him
yeah,
out.
and this
Yeah.
is his name, and
Yeah.
that's what really freaked her brother out. He's like, "Wait, I
Wait,
didn't
what?
even know what."
Yeah. Yeah. And then contacting that mother, for the lessons for the boy and the neighbor man. And everything was just kind of like she had insider information. Now, it's like when we say, don't we wish we could go to a certain point in our life with the things we know now? That's kind of
Yep.
what she was able to do then, you know? So, I mean, she definitely was, had killed herself, taken whatever she took, and um, she was I don't know, having this whole like dream state of experiences or whatever. Yes, sir.
And it's kind of neat because the you've heard of people that have that
They
have
have
died for a little bit and come back, and they talk about this experience that they had, like this out of body experience, seeing the light or whatever, and they come back with this different knowledge. So it's kind of like a new take on that.
yeah, right.
And I find that pretty interesting because it really does help her to see, I've had all these experiences in my head, so I
Mhm.
know not to regret these, to just live forward. And then, like, now I think what at the end, her business is actually, she's doing a lot more tutoring. She's got, a lot more. It's more than just that one boy, I think, right?
I don't know. I don't remember that part. But Karen, that is a perfect point right there. What would it be like for people if they could see their lives and realize that, you know, the choices you made in the past are not what's holding you down and making you feel like you're useless. I mean, you know, it made us think too. Us as people. Yes, this is my sweater I made, Karen. Yes. Made us stop and think too, like moving forward, just moving forward. You can't worry about things that have already happened. Hi, Robin. You can't worry about things that have already happened, things that happened in the past. You can't change those. And if you could, they may not turn out the way you would hope that they had turned out if you'd changed them. So we just need to move forward and make the best choices and decisions, in our future.
Yeah, I mean, she even realized one of the things that she liked about some of her previous lives were when she had a closer relationship with her brother. Well, so I guess she realized, look, I can still do that here. It's not finished. It's not like, and so I can have a relationship with my brother. And
Yep.
so she reached out so that she could,
Yep.
and she could still keep up. And now her friend, was it Izzy, is coming back for good, when
Mm-hmm.
so she was scared about losing in the past or in her other lives, she can have them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The future is now in her hands and hers to make. You know, she learned that she didn't mess up everything in the past. This is she is where she is because, just
in other words,
because.
you are who you are because of your experiences.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Everything that you are is built on what you did prior, and you learn from, and you grow and you build.
Yep. So that's where she's at. Yeah, I know, Sue. I don't know, I don't know what does that. What makes people just be I'm done. I can't, can't go on. I don't know. Don't know. It's very sad. I mean, for sure, you know. And it's too bad that maybe some people don't get a little glimpse into, hey, my life, you know, this life here that I'm living right now maybe isn't that bad. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's sad because people that do commit suicide, I mean, I have personal experience on this, and people that do commit suicide, a lot of times the ones that are really serious about it, you don't really know that they're thinking it, because they're not reaching out for help.
Yeah.
And like in their mind, they might have, but they really haven't. And if you're lucky, sometimes they'll leave behind letters explaining, but at the same time, they're not capable of at that point thinking of what them leaving will do to other people. They just want their pain to end.
Right.
And it's devastating for the people that are left behind, though, because you think you don't have anybody. They thought they didn't have anybody, when in reality they have a lot of people.
All these people that were left behind. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that I've lost, they literally were happy. I mean, like they'd say seemed anyway. There was no indication. There was no hint. There was no, I mean, I've gone back and forth trying to, what did I miss? What did I not see? But once they have it in their mind, they already have it in their mind. And that's really what's difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know. Well, I mean, it was a very interesting book. I mean, very interesting. Nothing like I've ever read before. It was a little different than I expected it to be.
But I really liked it.
Yeah, so did I.
I feel like it taught some really good lessons.
It did. Absolutely. Yeah. It absolutely did. Um, I was just looking at the back of the book to see what else he has written, because I know he's written some other things, but I wonder if they're all this like thought provoking,
I want to say I saw a title on one of them, like, because I'm reading mine on the Kindle, and it says at the end, it'll say like other books by the author, and I can't remember the name of one of them, but I swear it sounded
his memoir. He has a memoir titled "Reasons to Stay Alive," and then he has five novels. One of them is called "How to Stop Time," and then he also has several award-winning children's books.
Kind of makes you wonder, did he go down, maybe did he have an experience himself with,
I don't know, if his memoir is titled Reasons to Stay Alive. That's interesting right there. That's the title of his own memoir.
Like, did he go through something where maybe he experienced, or even maybe attempted,
or just felt that despair, or that life wasn't going where he wanted it to go, and was it because of the choices that he made or whatever? I don't know.
Exactly. But I really did like this one a lot.
Yep, it was really good. Yeah, I'm glad that we read this one. So I'm good with it. What's anybody else's thoughts? Karen, Sue, Robin. You read everything. I'm sure you've read this, right? Can't pull anything over on Robin. She
unless reads all the books.
I know, unless it's come out like this year in 2022,
Yeah, I just started a brand new, never thought of, as supposed it's a series, but I just now started reading the very first pages, and it's about Disney villains. It's like there's a whole, and this one's on the evil queen.
Aha.
Her backstory.
Oh, Brandy, remember the Twisted Fairy Tale book I showed you? We talked
Yeah.
about. I have another one. How about another one?
Oh.
I know. Yeah. I need to
Yeah,
start reading.
this one was thought provoking. This one, it really had you thinking all the way throughout it.
Yeah. Yeah. And not just about the book or the characters, about yourself in your own life, right? I mean,
Yeah,
because, some of the books we really have thought about and analyzed and whatnot, but it's not the same as when it hits you. It hits you at a personal level.
yeah. I mean, I know I started looking back and going, would I have done this any differently? Would I, what would, because we always think, what would my life have been like if
Mhm.
I had chosen this? Or what if I had chosen not to do this? And then I don't know, I started thinking, well, okay, if I hadn't done this, then this, and this wouldn't have happened.
Right. Well,
You
I've
know,
said it many times, Dale and I talk about it because, dating in high school and thinking that we were going to get married, neither one of us ever really voiced that to the other one. And then things happened and we didn't. So we started out our relationship again with those thoughts like, why didn't we get married? What would have been different? Why didn't we do it then? Well, one of the things is we wouldn't have the children that we have.
exactly.
We wouldn't maybe have the jobs that we have. A whole slew of things could be different, just like happened in this book. So it is what it is. I think everything that happens in your past happens for a reason, teaches you things, helps you grow, leads you to where you are now.
Exactly.
Yep. So you take it for what it is.
We're where we're meant to be. It may not seem like it's a great place sometimes,
Right.
but you have to look at, and that's what I always try to do as much as possible. I mean, even though I do have, depression and anxiety disorders, and I try to take care of it with my medicine. But, I have to try to keep remembering that even when life is low, like when I'm sick or stuff like that, I think about all the good things that I have, in my life.
Mm-hmm. You have to have that counterbalance. And she said that even in the book, that she knew that life wouldn't be grand and rosy, that there would be good times and not so good times. But, that is life, and you go on. We just finished reading The Midnight Library, Lori. It was very, very good. If you've never read it, I would recommend going and reading it because it was really good.
Very good.
Yeah. So the next one we're tackling is this bad boy. Right?
Yes, Nora Roberts' Awakening.
We're gonna tackle this one. Look see, there's a dragon.
That's a dragon. Yeah, I was like, isn't that a dragon right there?
Yeah, there's a dragon right on that cover. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. So it's what are these dark pages? Oh, well, this is interesting. I saw like some dark pages. So there's like some, look at this. This is kind of cool. There's the beginning, the awakening. And then here was another one.
Look at that artwork.
Pretty cool, huh? And then there's another one. I saw another one back here. Let's see.
Oh, I love the artwork. I wonder who the artist is. Sorry, curious.
And then there's part 3 called The Choice. Or Choice.
I guess it's the same artwork. Is that the same picture?
Let's see. Yep, it is.
I'm just curious who the artist is. Did they say it? Just out of curiosity.
No, there's some quotes here, but they don't really say who the artwork is. It's probably somewhere in here it does, but let's see.
Yeah, they probably have it in the biography or something.
Anything interesting at the back? But sometimes they give you notes and stuff. But no, they just advertise the second one, The Becoming. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's about it. Anyhow,
I'm looking forward to this one. How many pages?
that's what I was just looking up, is how many pages there are. So we're going to try to get this done in a month, right? We're going to have to do some more hefty reading, because this one's a little chunky. Joe, where's Joe? Joe.
Yeah, I know. Where is Joe? This is his book.
Yes. Well, Lori, this is The Becoming is already out. So this was the first one. And then The Becoming has come out. It's a trilogy. So this is the first one. So this is, okay, get your math calculator going, Brandy. You ready? It is
Okay, hold on.
it is
No,
449 pages. It's a chunky one. It's going to be over 100 pages every time, right? You do it in 4 weeks. It's going to be over 100 every week.
112 pages.
112.
112 pages.
Let's see where page 112 takes us to here. Is there a chapter break, a page break? Okay, well, let's go through chapter 7. It's actually 104 pages, but after that was like 112 is like right in the middle of a chapter. Let's see how far is the next chapter. Okay, we can go one way or the other. We need to go to 104 or 120 because 112 is right in the middle. You want to read less? You want to read more?
I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay with 120, but that's up to y'all. I'm gonna leave it up to y'all.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Because it just means that I might have to read for 2 days instead of 1.
I'm going to have to read for a whole bunch of days to get this many done.
But that's because, well, I'm just a fast reader. I can't help it. Especially if I get into the book. Like, I read this one. I forgot to start reading it until last night. And so I started reading it at midnight and finished at 1. Yeah. So it took me an hour.
An hour to read like 60 pages?
Yeah. Normally it doesn't take me that long.
I can't read that fast. I can't read that fast. I don't know. That's just me. I don't read that fast.
I think maybe it's easy. It's easier on the Kindle because it's like what you're reading is shorter chunks. And then of course my little Kindle on the bottom will say so many minutes till the end of the chapter. So like it'll be like on this past one, it's like 2 minutes to the end of the chapter. The longest one was 14 minutes to the end of the chapter. So, I mean, they went super quick.
It's a wonderful tale for anyone looking for a true escape into an otherworldly story. Otherworldly. Yeah, it's the same picture. Here it is in color, though. I know.
Oh,
right,
wow.
Karen, it takes me that long, too. I'm not that fast of a reader, so...
That is beautiful.
So that's the cover.
See, look, there's your landscape, Mindy.
What?
I said, there's a landscape, Mindy. And it's a landscape I'd like. It's got dragons in the back, if I saw correctly. Or is that just birds?
No, there's no dragons in the background.
Maybe it just looked that way on the black and white images.
Yeah. You're just seeing the sky.
Oh, is that what it is on the black and white images, maybe?
Oh, the black and white's exactly the same as that. So through chapter 8. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will read 8.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop. Okay.
Stop before you get to 9.
Wow.
This woman. Okay, here's Nora Roberts' books. That's just 2 pages. All right. Let's turn the page. Here's more Nora Roberts books. This woman, she is like a machine, isn't she? Oh, wait, there's another page.
And I mean, just out of curiosity, did they mention her other pen name or just all those or just the Nora Roberts?
Oh, let's see.
Or if they mentioned the J.D. Robb.
Hang on, let's see. Also by Nora Roberts series. I read the In the Garden trilogy and I read the Key trilogy. Those are both fantasy type books. Nora Roberts and J.D. Robb. Ebooks by Nora Roberts. I mean, there's just no end to what this woman writes. Seriously. No. Festive in Death, Obsession in Death, Devoted in Death,
Those are the J.D. Robb series.
Leverage in Death, Forgotten in Death. There's so, how many are there? Do you know how many there are?
God, no, there's got to be a lot. There's got to be at least 20.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Oh, yeah. Well, this whole page is all of these, all of those. I just don't know. She writes so many books. The other person who's like that and has always been like that is Danielle Steele. She has always just cranked out the books. Like she still does. They're still coming out. I mean, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I don't think I've read a Danielle Steele in forever.
I still read them. I read one last year called The Neighbors. I think it's called The Neighbors. Rich lady, recluse. There's a, gosh, what is it? Hurricane? Something. Earthquake? I don't know. And her home is like a fortress, and all the neighbors come and stay with her because nobody has power and all that. They stay with her. And all kinds of funny stuff happens with the neighbors. But yeah, she still writes. I mean, I'll go to the store and I'll be like, oh, look, there's one of Danielle Steele. I don't even know how many she's written now. Some of these authors just, I mean, they just crank them right out. It's crazy. But
Yay, Lori's going to join us. She just ordered it. Woohoo!
awesome. It should be really good. I mean, because it's, it's like we're going to have people like in real, like normal time. And then, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I don't know. I've only read one Jodi Picoult. I've only read one, I think. I've got a couple of them here, but I've only read one.
I know I've heard you talk about her, but I don't think I've ever read, because it's generally not my normal genre, so I probably haven't read her.
What she writes is very different. It's very, I mean, it can be suspenseful. It can be like just good fiction. I mean, they're very, very different. So, anyhow.
Like I said, I just started reading a Disney villain, and it's supposedly they're all like backstories. So like this first one is focused on the evil queen, Snow White. I'm literally at the part where she's getting married and she loves Snow White and she loves, it's kind of strange. And then the next one's supposed to be the Beast, and then there's Ursula. Yeah, she's like this wonder. She hugged her and she felt love so fierce for this little girl. And I'm like, okay, so it's going to be interesting to see how it falls.
I gotcha. Well, I think what I need to do is before I start reading this one, I really, really, really want to finish the X Talk. I am like within 30 pages of finishing the X Talk. And I'm like, I got to see what happens with them because we're right at the climax where everything falls apart, right? There's always that point. Everything's falling apart. And how are we going to fix this? Because, we got to fix it by the end of the book. So what do we do to fix this? What happens now? Anyhow.
Yeah, it's not a good book if it doesn't get fixed.
Exactly, right?
Or if it doesn't get fixed, satisfactorily. I've had those before where I'm like, what?
I wouldn't anticipate things getting fixed here, okay? Because, this is the first one of a trilogy, so it's not going to get fixed.
Yeah, no, that one, if it's a series, it's not going to get, one, usually in series, like one part will get fixed, but your overall arching is going to continue. Like there's like little small fixes.
Yeah. Yep. I know. So at least this one's only 3. It's not like that Sarah J. Maas we were reading, which is like 5 like encyclopedias, I still haven't gone past number 2, so geez. I have number 3 sitting over there, but I'm just like can't bring myself to do it. There's so many other things to read. And I'm really bad about that. I'll read like the first book in a series, and then I have a terrible time going back and finishing the rest of the series. Just like, I just want to read this one now. And I want to go over to this one now. And I want to read this one now. And I never finish a series. Very rarely.
Well, see, if it's a free series, I'll go straight back to back to back.
See, and I don't do
like
that.
my I just finished. In fact, I really got kind of aggravated this morning when I was wanting to read something, and I was at the end of
I'm just rolling over here.
I was at the end of my little book with my my cozy mystery, and there's 12 books in the series, and this was number 11. So I go see in store. I'm expecting to download book 12, only for it to tell me you can pre-order it. I'm like, excuse me, what?
It's not even out yet.
It says, no, it won't be released until April. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So my best friend and I, we used to exchange books a lot because we worked in the same building and it was easy to do. But here is a series, and this is one I should just bite the bullet and just finish it. She was like, you haven't finished that? And I was like, no. So it's Susan Wiggs. Susan Wiggs is another one of my favorite authors. I love her. And this is the Lakeshore Chronicles. So
Ooh.
I think these are the last two I have to read, I believe. And I've read like 6 or 7 already in the whole series, And why haven't I just picked these last 2 up and just finished them? I don't know. I need to just finish them, right? But so many other new things pop up, and I'm like, no, I want to read that. No, I want to read that. No, let's read that. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 8. These are the last 2.
Oh, Deborah. So did you just went ahead and ordered The Awakening?
Cool. Yeah, it should be very interesting. I mean, there's one of the characters is like, she starts out in like our Earth, our Earth or whatever. Let's see, Breen Kelly. Her father would tell her stories of magical places. Now she's 20 something. She's mired in student debt, working a job she hates. She stumbles upon a shocking discovery. Her mother has been hiding an investment account in her name. It has been funded by her long-lost father, and it's worth nearly $4 million. So she's living in, our times. And then with the newfound fortune, it's going to be life-changing. Little does she know that when she uses some of the money to journey to Ireland, it will unlock mysteries she couldn't have imagined. And then she's going to go into the magical world, So that's interesting, right?
Wait a minute. Janet Ivanovich series is 25 or 26 books. Ooh, that's a series.
Yeah, it is. Have you read those? Brandy, have you read those?
If I knew the name of one of them, I could probably tell you. But because the name sounds very familiar.
It's I believe she's a private eye. And she's always out there solving some case.
Oh, that sounds like something I'd like.
You would. Yeah, you would.
I'm going to have to go look those up.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go look them up. Hey, Lynn. Next book, Mindy's got it, The Awakening by Nora Roberts.
Yes. Yep. There you go. Wendy said 1 for the money. And then there's 2 for something and 3 for something.
I remember something like 16 something.
Yes.
Okay.
So she's
but I can't read. I said I couldn't read it because it was in the middle of a series.
Yeah, right. So she's up to like 25. I don't know. You might be able to read them out of order, but I'm sure you'd miss out on some of her antics from the past and things she's done and whatnot. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to go look that one up. I'm gonna have to go and see, because usually if it's because Wayne says I got to keep doing them on my Kindle because he says I can't keep bringing books into the house. And he stopped me from
There's some you just need to buy the book and just keep.
And then like he doesn't like me going to yard sales anymore. because I always seem to find the yard sales where people are getting rid of books and like you can get like 5 books for $1.
Yeah, I
And I'm
do.
like, or
Yeah.
I go to Books A Million, and when I go to Books A Million, I head straight for the discount shelves.
Oh, yeah, that's it. She's a bounty hunter. That's what she is.
Ooh,
Yeah, she's a
who
bounty
blows up?
hunter. So she's always out there getting into mischief and trying to get her
She
man.
blows up cats.
I don't know.
She blows up cats.
I think I read the first one and I was like, no, not my thing. And my best friend Kelly, she's like, what? You don't like what, Mindy? I'm like, no, it's not my thing. So we have some definite likes the same and dislikes. You know what I mean? So
Wendy Green says Sue Grafton's a good one too. Oh, cars.
cars,
Okay, she
not
blows up cars.
cats.
I was going, wow, cat. That sounds bad. She blows up cars. Okay,
Oh boy. Yeah.
I can get into that one.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at Sue Grafton. I wonder what kind of stuff does Sue Grafton write,
Oh, I
Wendy?
can see her books in my head. They all look the same. Well, so do what's her name?
Janet Ivanovich.
Ivanovich. Hers kind of look the same too. They have the same look to them. And so do Sue Grafton's. They all have like the same kind of look on the cover and maybe like titles that all sound the same, I think, something like that. I'd never read
Right.
those either, but anyhow, okay, we know what we're doing. I better get busy reading, right? I need to finish the X talk first, and then
Yeah. Well, you're close to finishing the X talk, so you're close. You said how long have you got?
maybe 30 pages.
Oh, not long.
Don't psh me. That'll probably be 2 days or 2 times I read. I'll probably read a little bit tonight and maybe finish it in the morning. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm gonna go.
That's the other thing. I can't read for a long, long time. It's very way relaxing for me, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just like nod off. Yeah.
Oh well, no. My problem is that I used to try to say that I would read to get sleepy. No. If the book is bad, yeah. But if the book is good, next thing I know, I'm going, oh wow, I just finished that book.
Oh, there you go. The character, Sue Grafton's character is a private eye. That was probably the one I was thinking of. Private eye, bounty hunter, detective, murder finder, killer. They're all the same to me.
Those are all up my alley. That's all up my alley.
I know they would be.
That's my literature alley.
Yep, I'm certain they would be.
Although I'm telling you, I would love to live. Look, I would be one of those people that if I could be a Disney character in real life, I would want to be Belle because I would want that library.
Oh, yeah. I am Belle.
Could you imagine?
I am Belle, Brandy.
No, but could you imagine having a library that size?
I could. I almost do.
You like just walk in an entire ballroom. It's just like,
yeah, I almost do. I mean, there's 2 whole bookshelves there. There's a bookshelf there. There's a huge pile over there. Huge pile over there. There's a box over here and a pile there and a bag. And that's books I haven't read. Have not.
And I will say, you are Belle because you have the same interest in books because she likes those like love type stories or stories that bring you into
yes we feel good
because like I remember it, she's like, hey, she doesn't find out until that she likes him, and I'm just like, yep.
And I fell in love with the beast and I turned him into a prince.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
Don't tell me that.
No. And I often run around dancing and singing and chandeliers and no. I do relate to Belle on a deep level, though. I do. I always have. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to name Jasmine.
You what?
I said after Ariel, Belle was my next name for Jasmine, and Wayne's like, no. I'm like, but Belle's a normal name.
Well, so is Ariel.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But
I know several Ariels. So then you went with Jasmine, the desert princess. I mean, come on.
Yep. Yep. And who did Jasmine become infatuated with? There's 2 Disney princesses that she became infatuated with as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel and Belle.
And not Jasmine.
Not Jasmine.
Not Jasmine. I don't want to fly around on a magic carpet and
Nope. She wanted books. She resonated. She liked Ariel when she was little. And then as she got a little older, it was all about Belle. I mean, she had the Belle dress. She needed more books, more and more books.
See, you should have just named her Belle. See.
I know.
Yep. Little Mermaid came out on my daughter's 5th birthday. We went to the movies, did a little birthday party when she was 5. That's a long time ago.
Oh, I know. I miss those days, though,
Yeah. Then after a while, I forgot. I couldn't keep track of all of the Disney princess movies that were coming out. I don't know. There's some that I don't still know.
There's so many new ones.
I know. I don't even know.
I don't even know if they're considered Disney princesses or not, but
I don't either. Dale keeps saying that we have to go downstairs because our TV downstairs is a smart TV and we can get we can get Amazon stuff and Amazon Prime movies, and we have Disney down there. And we need to go watch that movie that new Disney movie.
Encanto?
Yeah, that one. We tried to watch that with the grandkids at Christmas time. That didn't work. Okay. Anybody who has ever taught elementary school before and shown movies to children know that the teacher never gets to watch the damn movie. You never know what's going on. Never. Because you're taking care of everything and you're monitoring kids and probably grading papers and stuff. You never get to know what the movie is. Never. That's how I felt. I don't know what this movie's about. Except that they all get a magic thing, but somebody didn't. That's all I got out of it. And we watched it for like a half an hour or more. And that's all I got out of the thing. People were dancing around and trying to get their magic, and somebody didn't get their magic. And I don't know.
And we don't talk about Bruno.
And I don't know why. I don't know why. Did Bruno not get magic, or did Bruno? I don't know. Who the hell's Bruno?
We'll find out. I can't tell you. I can't spoil it.
We got to watch it.
That song will stick in your head, and it stays in my head.
Do you know what's been in my head forever, for days and days? And Dale's about ready to just like stick a fork in me. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. So you know what he did the other day? Because I've been singing it for days and days and days. He comes in here and he looks it up on the computer and he turns it on and he cranks it up like full blast. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know it had all those words to it. It says all of that. Yeah. What? Mm-hmm. Talking about my kids not a vegetarian. Dad, I'm a vegetarian or something. And I'm like, I had no idea that it had all that to it. No idea.
I went back to start watching Cheers because I used to love that series. Mm-hmm. And so I was watching it, of course, with, Diane and everything. And I would actually just sit there, and instead of skipping the song, I would just let it play. I'd let it play.
Yeah. Well, then the next one that he came up with after that was Green Acres is the place to be. I can sing every word of that song.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. All right. I better let you guys go. It was fun. Happy reading 120 pages by next week. That's like double some of the weeks of our reading. That's double. We're gonna crank this out though, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Somebody better tell Joe. Joe.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe Joe.
I never did blow up his email today, like I told him I was going to last night.
You were going to blow up his email.
I gotta find my phone though. I'm gonna find my phone. I'm gonna blow up his email. Joe, where the hell were you? You're supposed to be in the book live. You don't know what we're supposed to read. You better go watch the live so you know what we're supposed to read. Watch him say something now and be like, I've been here listening all the time. That would be a Joe move right there. That
would be a Joe move, but I don't see Joe. Joe's not popping up. Oh, Sue said one of her daughter's teachers was a Minnie Mouse during the summer. That would be fun.
Look it.
Oh!
I told you.
Joe! You little bugger.
You never know who's watching. You never know.
Joe.
Joe did
Yeah.
send me pictures yesterday, though, last night after your live. He sent me pictures of the flower topiary people and stuff at Disney.
I told you there were flower topiaries.
Yeah, he sent me a bunch of pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool. I've seen them in person.
He's kind of a snot, isn't he? Joe.
I will tell you, though, if you ever go look at them, don't try to touch them. They get really
Oh, I'm sure they do.
testy about you trying to touch their stuff.
I bet they do. I'm sure those things take months to grow so that they can trim them the way that they're trimmed and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe Joe, how long have you been sitting in here in the live?
The whole time. Oh.
I'm like, well, we're fixing to go into the book he was talking about.
Yep.
And I'm all excited because it's got a dragon on the cover, and it can't have a dragon on the cover if there's not something with a dragon inside of it.
Well, that would, right? Yeah. See, look.
Yeah, all the time. No, were you just trying to see what we were going to say about you? Was that what was it?
Yeah. He's spying.
Snicker.
So, you know what we're supposed to read then, Joe? We're not even gonna. Oh, what
sneaky peeky Joe.
Okay, let's get off here. I gotta go finish some magnets for my truck tin. I have 5 done. There's 12. I've
done nothing but sleep today, and
I worked on my little owls a little bit.
I finished those last night.
I didn't touch them last
night. Look.
Look at those. Thank you.
You get them.
Yeah, I didn't touch
them. So cute.
I still wish they would have put some big drills in them circles. That would have been better.
I know. Those would have been really cool. And they gave us entirely too many of one of the drills. And I kept looking, am I missing?
Which one has too many?
The little small pink ones. Small pink marquees.
I don't know if you can tell how much. You can't tell. I only got, you can kind of tell. I got the little blue guy done. I got the pink bows up here done. This guy down here is almost done. The purple one, he's almost done. But
yep, I was determined I was finishing it last night before I went to bed. So
no, I did not.
I got some. Oh, look! Hold on, let's see if you can get some shine. Oh, come here, camera.
I'm working on them blue ABs.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue ABs.
Yeah, I got to trim out the whole hat and gnome dude and all that.
Look what Susan said. We're reading the whole book at once.
He's like, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mindy's gonna do that, right?
No, I honestly could not. With everything I do, I could not finish that book in a week. I couldn't do it. I'm gonna have to really, really push myself to read the 120. Honestly, I might not be able to start another book in addition to, I normally have 2 going. I might not have 2 going. I might just have to focus on this one. So we'll see.
I may start reading this one instead of reading it on Monday. I may start it either Sunday or Saturday.
So much for Susan Wiggs' last 2 books. I guess I better put them back on the bookshelf.
Mindy's like, it'll have to go on the back burner again.
That's right.
Sorry, Susan. So sorry, Susan.
We're not getting it done this month.
Yep, Susan, it's not this month.
No. Her last 2 in the series. Can't do it.
She is gonna finish her 30 pages of the X's.
Yep, gotta finish the X talk first.
X talk.
The X talk. It's good. You should read it. It's good. Well, it's a rom-com-y kind of thing. So
I like rom-coms. I just don't like bodice ripping,
Well, there's a little bit of that.
look, okay, if it's the Fabio Harlequin, no, thank you. I
No,
can.
that's all historical romance. I don't read those. I
That's
read
all.
contemporary romance. There's some smut in there. There's a little bit of smut in there. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Those always make me feel like, oh, I can't.
It's not extremely graphic. I mean, yeah. Anyhow,
This one.
you might get some in here, Brandy, for all we know, right? There could be some good smut
Well,
in here.
fantasy smut might be a little different. I don't know. Because
Fantasy
we
smut.
had it a little bit in Crown of Roses. Yeah, that
Oh yeah, there was some of that in there.
Crown of Thorn and Roses. Yeah, there was a little bit.
Mhm.
That was okay. That was okay.
All right. Well, I got some books I could pass your way. You'd be like,
I'd probably go, what is Mindy?
I got some.
Does
I got a few.
you read
I got a
this?
few. All right. And on that note, I'll say goodbye. So, see you next week after 120 pages of The Awakening. Joe, I got your number, dude. All right. See you guys next week.